Well, it is day 4 of World Group Stage with coverage brought to you by Alienware. I'm joined right now by Duke from Splice to talk about their game versus J-Team and how World has been going so far. So first off, unfortunate game against J-Team. What do you think really went wrong that game?
We went for lane swap strat that we practiced for a while. They knew that we were going for a lane swap, so I don't know how, but anyway, it still worked out pretty well for us. We got what we wanted out of this lane swap, which is to dodge bot lane matchup and then get Trist ahead. But we misexecuted a lot on the bot dive where we committed where they were covering, and got caught a lot in rotation with a few misplays here and there. And I think in the mid game our comp wasn't the best. I think the sign was a bit off as a pick, and I think that's something we should correct for the next games.
You said you were surprised that they knew that you guys were going for the lane swap?
Yeah, because that's an extremely unusual strat, and they obviously had a really good read on it because they invaded the top side and dropped the lane swap ward, which has not been done for a few seasons now. But lane swap is a strat that has been played in Vietnam this year, and maybe they have been screaming some Vietnamese team that made them got used to this kind of strat. So I hope it's this. Else it's our scrim partner, but I doubt it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask, because it feels like at Worlds there's always like questions around, scrims and how much you can trust the scrim partner and all that stuff. But it sounds like you're not super concerned about that.
I'm not concerned because we didn't lose the game out of this. The lane swap was, even if they had a read on it, we were still able to navigate it through the early game as we wanted, and we lost the game at the end of the lane swap, and to some extent on a few, I think, composition mistakes. I think maybe we tunnel vision a bit too much on this strat and building a comp that works for this strat, and it didn't work out too well for I think in the mid game.
Now, you're now done with the first half of groups. Now you go into next day. What are you going to do, and what is the team going to do to try to adjust for that next set of games?
Aside from this game, I think we have a good read on the meta. I think we had a really good draft in the first 2 games, and I hope that we'll be able to be in the same conditions against FPX and Gigabytes, that I think are way easier to draft against than a team like a J-Team that has a way deeper champion pool. We struggled a lot yesterday around Baron, and that's something we are trying to work on as soon as possible so that we are ready for Thursday. We are making improvement. Like 10 days ago, we were really struggling a lot, and we improved a lot during all the scrims leading to now, and hopefully it will be enough on Thursday.
Yeah, it feels like your group in particular is the most chaotic out of any of the groups here at Worlds. What are your expectations for Splice and the other teams on who will get out?
I think FPX is by far the best team in this group. I think they really troll drafted the first game against J-Team, also against us, but still won. And I think the fact that basically that they won against us with this deficit and with this draft is really impressive. And I think they are a really, really good team actually, and not really in the usual Chinese style that people were making fun of for years. I think they have a really solid read on the how to play the game macro-wise. So I expect FPX to be first, and I think second is really open. So far, J-Team has 2 wins, but if we're able to defeat Gigabytes and J-Team, for example, on Thursday, we can also challenge them. So yeah, it's pretty open.
I spoke to Xerxes yesterday, who said he doesn't see a world in which G2 doesn't win Worlds. He just says he does it. He thinks it's undisputed. I'm kind of curious if you have that same opinion.
I see a world where SKT can beat G2. I think those two are the heavy favorites. I'm also curious about FPX because I think FPX again plays the game really well. I just think that they have a really bad read on the meta so far, but with maybe a bit more time they will be able to adjust, or maybe they are just hiding things because they think the group might be too easy. I don't know, but if FPX is able to have good draft, I see them as a strong contender too. So out of those 3, but at least I will be cheering for G2.
Well, is there anything that you want to say to any of the fans out there?
Well, thank you for cheering for us. We are trying to do our best, still one step at a time since in the past 9 months, and hopefully on Thursday we'll make Europe proud.
Well, thank you so much for the interview. Really appreciate it. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. Hey, Alienware sent us here to Worlds, and I just want to tell you that there are also
5 North Americans that are here with us. They've got an amazing story. Alienware supports me. Alienware, I don't know if they support them, but they're 5 North Americans. They do incredible things here in Berlin. They make burgers. That's right, 5 Guys right over here. 5 Guys, North America. I don't know how I'm going to integrate Alienware into this other than to say Alienware is delicious, just like 5 Guys. Actually, I don't really like 5 Guys. I like Alienware way more than I like 5 Guys. In and Out is way better. Either way, check out Alienware stuff at alienware.com/Travis.